G'day ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Scott49 here with you once again for another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about something very exciting. We started it about this time last year, and that is the War on Grey Plastic Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. We're kicking it off again for 2023, and in this video we're going to talk about the details for the challenge and what is going to be happening for the 2023 challenge. There's a lot of things I've learned doing the 2022 challenge with you guys, and it's been awesome to see the amount of hobby progress that you guys have been smashing out within the Discord. But before we go any further, I want to thank everyone that has subscribed over on the YouTube channel as of late. It's awesome to have you with us. I hope you're enjoying the content. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump into it. Alrighty everyone, so as you may have been aware, around this time last year, I officially announced the War on Grey Plastic Challenge for 2022. And of course, it's been something that I've done over the past couple of years, and it's been absolutely awesome to see all the progress everyone's been making. Not only just myself, but within the Discord, as I've said, of getting through your backlog of miniatures and getting those kits ready and being able to use them on the tabletop and getting games in with them. Now, if you do want to kind of get a bit more of a background idea as to my motivations and my own personal experience with hobby challenges in my hobbying life, then feel free to check out the 2022 version of this video, as you'll find all that information. I've even linked it down in the description below for you as well. Now, this year has really allowed me to reflect upon the challenge whilst doing it, as well as take feedback from other members of the community with this challenge to improve it for not only just the people participating, but also the wider community as well. So I want to start off by talking about the goals for this year's War on Grey Plastic Challenge for 2023. Now, as I mentioned last year, the goal behind this challenge is to help motivate, encourage, inspire, and keep you accountable for getting through those piles of kits that are still in boxes, or they're still on sprue or assembled, but aren't painted or based or even played with yet. You haven't even gotten games in with them. So it's to help you get these miniatures painted. And this is so you're able to get more models on the table, so that you're able to have fully painted armies, and you're able to play larger games if you wish to do so with a larger variety of models to be able to use in your forces, and being able to have fully painted armies to display and show off with your opponents as well. So we're going to talk about the how. How do we achieve this? What are the parameters for the challenge this year? So to start off with, we're going to keep it really simple like we did in the first year's challenge, which is compile a list of at least 12 units that you want to get done throughout this year by completing 1 unit per month. Now, if you want to have more than 12 units on your list, go for it, as it's entirely up to you how much you want to try and get done through the challenge. And if you want to achieve something like maybe 3 units every 2 months, that is perfectly fine. Now, personally, for this challenge, I'm a big fan of a couple of additional challenges added on top of this, as well as also I'm adding in a new one for the year that I want to share with you guys that I'm going to be trying to achieve as well. So the first additional challenge is, this is what I've done for the past few years, and it's been working really well with my hobbying backlog and what I've been purchasing. So you're only allowed to purchase new miniature kits up to the monetary value of the kits that you've actually completed working on for that year for the challenge. So this means that you only got $300 worth of kits that you want to get through for the year, then of course, once you get that done, you've got $300 there. If you were to buy new kits up to that value, it's an additional challenge for you. What this does result in is that you end up buying less than you may complete in most cases, and I've seen this happen because this year I've actually got a significant amount of hobby progress done, allowing me to get through so much that I actually have a large amount completed, more than I've purchased, and it allows you to consolidate your pile of grey plastic smaller and smaller as we do this challenge year on year. Now, the second one is a new additional challenge that you can undertake if you choose to do so with me. Now, if you're someone that also enjoys playing the game as much as hobbying, I think this is going to be right up your alley. Now, when you're creating the list of units that you want to complete for the year, the challenge is to come up with a small sized army list of at most 6 of those units that you want to get done over the course of the year. So for example, for Warhammer 40k, try and aim for about 750 points. Same with Age of Sigmar. Something like Lord of the Rings though, maybe something more like 500 points might be a bit more appropriate. So don't stress too much if you can't get it right on 750 points, as you'll have about a 50 point leeway either side. So try and keep it within being 50 points under or over depending on your army. Now for this challenge, as I mentioned last year, you can choose from units from different factions and even different game systems if you wish to do so. So for myself, to give you an example of what I'm looking to do, I'm setting myself the challenge of getting at least 18 units completed this year for 2023 between my Space Marines, my Death Watch and my Necrons for Warhammer 40k. And if I'm able to stretch through all of that, even get to a small Rohan force for the Middle-earth strategy battle game, trying to complete at least 1 to 2 units per month. Now, if you're wanting to do a skirmish game like Middle-earth strategy battle game, try grouping up similar models together, and any leaders or character models, do them individually so you can spend that time having some detail work done on those characters and pour that effort into them, and having your regular guys being at that regular level as well is probably the way to do it. The way I'm going to be doing it is I'm going to be grouping the Rohan warriors and the riders of Rohan into groups of 4, and then the characters are on their own as well. That's the how, the goals, and some additional challenges, but time to get into the rules. What underpins the War on Grey Plastic Challenge for 2023? Now, much like last year, I still have got the 2 foundational rules for this challenge. The first is that any models that are to be included in your list can start off being underassembled, assembled, undercoated, or base coated with 1 primary color at maximum. Now, I will also add, if you want to do the slap chop method of painting, you can do the grey dry brushing and the white dry brushing before you start painting at the beginning of the year if you wish to do so as well. If that is the method you're going to try and go for, that is perfectly okay as well. Now, anything beyond this point for miniatures can't be included in your list, so please bear that in mind. The second rule is that for any chosen units that you take, must be at the minimum size for those unit entries for their respective games, and you must complete them at their minimum unit size baseline. Like, they can't be like doing 3 Necron Warriors, you've got to do 10, for example. So it doesn't mean that you can't paint them individually. So you can't go, oh, I'm going to do a unit of 10 Necron Warriors, I'm actually going to do 2 batches of 5. That's perfectly fine, but on your list, it is only a single unit of 10 Necron Warriors, for example. Other examples of this is doing 5 Primaris Incursors at a minimum, 3 Scorpec Destroyers, 10 Astra Militarum Infantry, or 1 Tyranid Carnifex. Now, I'm going to add a bit more in terms of the participation style of content when it comes to the War on Grey Plastic Challenge to really show off what you guys have been doing, and I love to see it a bit more on social. So I'm going to be encouraging you guys a bit more with engagement through the community this year to help inspire not only other hobbyists taking part in the challenge, but also maybe grow the challenge and get it to more content creators and get it out to more people as well so that they can participate as well. So the first part is feel free to jump into the Discord, which is linked down below, as that is where you'll be able to post up your list. You'll be able to post up any progress or completed photos in the relevant channels in there as well. Or if you've got your own Discord, feel free to create some channels in there if you've got your own content creating community there as well. You'll get to see what everyone else is planning on working on, as well as where they are progressing each and every month and what everyone is working on, not only in my Discord, but also in others if others do create those channels as well throughout the year. Now, the second part is if you are posting up your projects on social media such as Facebook or Instagram, or you're doing short form content on TikTok or Instagram Reels, I want to encourage you to use the hashtag WarOnGreyPlastic2023 and WOGP 2023 so that you can actually share your work publicly with others, and we can actually see it on Instagram or Facebook really easy by searching up that hashtag. Now, the third part of the participation is that I'm going to be working alongside some fellow Warhammer content creators to do monthly showcase streams during the first week of the following month to show off some of the work that people have been doing who are participating in the challenge from what they have completed the month before. Now, this will be a great way to get to know fellow content creators within the space, as well as a great opportunity to be inspired by others' work and show off what you've been doing as well. The models that will be shown on the stream will be pulled not only from my Discord or any other content creators' Discord if they feel free to share them at that point in time, but also from the hashtags primarily on Instagram. So make sure that you are using that hashtag and that we're able to find it relatively easily when we search it up to compile all the images and share everyone's work on a month-by-month basis. Now, I'm going to jump into a few preparation tips. Now, I did share about these last year, but I'm going to share them again because they are always prevalent and they always set you up for success. Now, this can be quite a daunting challenge for people if it is your first time planning on undertaking it. So I have some tips here. First tip is that you can start preparing right now. Start getting models assembled, clean off their mold lines, undercoat them, or even base coat them if you wish to do so. This will mean that you're able to start with a really good foundation. Even if you don't get to the undercoating, even if you just get them assembled, it's a great foundation. It saves you some time. And this is something that I do every year, and it pays off big time with the amount of stuff that I'm able to focus on and get done as well. So I personally recommend at least having them built with the mold lines cleaned as a minimum, but if you're able to get a bit further, get that undercoat done, even get that base coat done through the airbrush, it's gonna really help you get into a good mindset and get to see some progress early for setting yourself up for success with the challenge. Another tip is to spend some time each week dedicated to working on your unit, if it's not each day, so that you're making some progress every time you sit down to get some hobbying done, rather than leaving it to the final week of the month and rushing through to get it completed and maybe not even getting it completed at that point. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the War on Grey Plastic 2023 goals and parameters and additional challenges and the ways that you can participate, as well as some preparation tips. Alrighty everyone, well I hope that you've enjoyed this video announcing the War on Grey Plastic for 2023. It is a challenge that is near and dear to my heart, and I love doing it every year. I love seeing the progress that everyone makes and achieves throughout the year. If you've got any friends in the miniature wargaming community, feel free to share this video with them to inspire them to participate in the challenge, as well as get through their hobbying backlogs if they need a bit of accountability as well. Now, if you do enjoy this video and you want to see more of this style of content, or any of the other content that I do produce here on YouTube, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so that you're able to be notified as to when I'm releasing content. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a comment below of what you're thinking of doing for the challenge for 2023. And if you liked it, hit that like button too. And if you do want to have any live conversation with me about the challenge, or if you want to catch some of those monthly live streams where it was showing off the work that people have been doing, feel free to come and follow me over on Twitch, where I do the live streams of my own hobbying sessions. We'll do the monthly live streams recapping the War on Grey Plastic Challenge, as well as some tournament games where I travel across the southeastern parts of Australia, bringing you that tournament coverage, as well as some live games of my own from time to time as well. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.